Alright guys, so today we'll be fixing this transit. It's a 2015 um, 250. The radiator fan quit. We will have to replace also the radiator. It has a pinhole in it. So to get this done, we're gonna have to remove the front bumper, the headlights, um, to be able to get movement on the cross member that holds the radiator in place. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. But we're gonna get started removing the fenders. I want to see how complicated it might be uh, to remove the bumper, but we're gonna get started on it. Follow along. All right, guys. So it has these little clips on it. They get very fragile. So as soon as you pull on it, so it has two clips here, and 1, 2, and 3. As soon as you put any tension on it to pull it, they just break. So at least we got that. That's a simple fix. Yeah, those 3 right there. Okay, so we're gonna repeat the same process on the other side, obviously, and now we're gonna go ahead and see what else is holding up that bumper on the bottom. All right, so it has a 10 bolt. If you look right here on the opposite side, on this side here, you're gonna have that 10mm bolt. You're gonna take that off, and on the inside is gonna have like a little clip. If you can see it right over there. Okay, take that off. It's gonna release the pressure on it. There you go. Now we can go ahead and move to the other side. And then up here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 clippers. I don't know if we have anything on the front here. So we have 2 bolts here. And I don't know if we have anything on the bottom. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same process on the other side so we can release the corners and the center. And we'll be right back. Alright guys, so far we have taken the other side off. And again, I was able to save only 2 of these guys, but the head of it does break very easily. We have removed the upper studs here and plastic clips that we had. We also removed these 13s. Everything is 10, 13. Now on the bottom here, there's another 4 that are 10mm. Okay. Now we still got movement, but I might have something underneath the light that is holding it up. So we are going to go ahead and loosen that up. See if we have nothing underneath there that might be holding it. So let me get that going. All right, this is what we have on the headlights. There are 2 bolts, and they are T30s. Okay. I'm basically going one here and the other one right there. Okay. On the back of the light, we have a couple of plugs. One here, one there, one right there. Again, the clips, just be careful. Sometimes what I like to do is just take the bolt out instead of messing with the clip. Again, because they do get fragile. And when they're that kind of, easy to break, then it becomes a headache. So you just play with them, try not to break anything, and hope for the best. Again, we're gonna repeat the same process on the other side. Okay. Okay, so what I have noticed is there's a clip here. Okay. Then we have, I believe there's probably going to be some Torx. Got 2 bolts there that holds this piece. And then this holds to the bottom section right there. But we will take this hopefully as a one piece. And then we just got to check to see if we have anything else that might be holding it to the frame or to the support. So let's play with it, find out what we're missing, and take it out. Alright, so this piece, you don't have to take it out all the way. It's just like a little clipper that holds the corner in place. You just have to loosen up the bolts a little bit, just slide it out. But I figure, let's get it out. And it's going to be a T25. Okay, so we're going to repeat the same process on the other side. We're going to loosen it up instead of taking it all the way out. Okay, now we'll loosen up the clip. And if we have anything else that might be holding this section, but we're going to find out pretty soon. Alright guys, so right underneath here, it has clips that is holding it. So we're just gonna have to get those loose so it will let go of the bumper. Alright guys, so we finally got it. There's a whole bumper. This is the little clips that I'm telling you about. It's one there, and then there's another bolt right here. What I had to do is just get underneath of it, kind of pry it upwards on the corner, on that corner, and then come back on this corner and do the same thing so it release the clip on the inside. Over here we did the same thing. We pry it on it so it will release the tension on it, and that was it. All right, so now we kind of expose everything a little bit, and we're gonna see what else we need to remove in order to get that radiator released. But I know, you see, that's a corner there that holds it, which is this guy right here, and that's this whole frame. So we might have to release this whole frame. And for what I see, we got bolts here, one right there, We might have to loosen up anything that is attached to it to be able to remove it. Again, 2 bolts here, 1 up here, 2 down here, and anything that is on the way might have to come out. All right, let's keep on working on it. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna look to see if any plastic or anything on the other side. Yeah, no, I think I have to get this section off in order to get any of the other stuff out. All right, let's get it done. These are 10mm bolts. You kind of put them in the same orientation on the same spot, that way you don't lose them. You're not gonna lose them, just so you can keep track of your bolts. They all should be the same size. Okay, so let's see. Now we got movement all the way around. Now we just gotta take things off, such as the cable. We gotta remove the lock, take that out of the way. It's gonna be probably 2/10 here. And then we have some clips that come this way. This is the light, so we're just gonna put that aside. Yeah, let's start taking things out. Again, the clips are fairly easy. Okay, that's it. It has 3 clips. You just pry them off. Here on the cable, instead of taking the latch off, we just remove the cable itself. Just try to get it out of the way. That way we're not messing with it. That's that. Now we are going to need something else to hold the hood, because since we're going to be taking this thing out, we don't want the hood to be falling on us. So here we go. PVC pipe should do the trick. Gotta find a place for it. There we go. We'll release this. There we go. That's kind of holding it in place. Where we can mess with moving all this stuff. Now we got the neck here for the windshield wiper tank. It has a T25 bolt. Let's see what else. The power steering tank. They're a little bit bigger, but they came out. But they're a little bit bigger, so it's gonna be a 330. All right, and that again is this guy here. As you can see, it has two holes on it. They bolt on right here. You take those off. See what else we got. There will be some wiring. Some wiring across here somewhere. There might be a sensor back here for the crash sensor. So you gotta be careful with that guy. And you're just gonna loops around. But it has a connector here. So we're just gonna disconnect it there and keep it in place. That way we're not messing with that. Alright, so the horn has a plug on it. And then we take that plug off. This wire. Shoot. I hate it when they put these plastic clips on a flexible plastic. It's just harder to get it off. I was gonna need another plastic. Okay. This cooler. It does have another bolt right underneath of it on the back. Okay. That cooler has two bolts. It has the one here, and when you come back here, right on this corner here, has the other bolt. We'll take that off. And we're going to continue. Alright, now on this side here, this is the sensor, okay, for that wire, for this wire, for the crush wire. We have these hoses here. Okay, we're just gonna loosen it up with that clip that it has. Oh, we're gonna have to put that back. Let's see what else. Then we have the intake hose that clips onto that. It has a bolt here that I took out thinking that it was gonna be easier. but apparently not. So you have to pry it right here to be able to slide it out the hole. And I think that will give us what we need to take this piece off. Let's see what else is attached. This guy here. Oh, I hate those things. Okay, here we go. Let's see what else. That's it. Voila. So that's finally out. What a pain in the ass. Sorry about my language. But yeah, so now finally we expose the radiator. Now, always care for these bushings. You will need them. This is all the bolts. You will definitely need these bushings again. Okay. Don't forget about those. Now the radiator, it is wet right in the center there. Now we still have to separate the AC and cooler and whatnot from it. And we're gonna create a mess. We got this line here as well. Oh, fragile. It's busted. So we will be replacing that. Again, every time they do these little lines across the radiator out of plastic, BMW has the same issue. They become so fragile because of the heat. They get toast and then they end up breaking. And that's just what happened here. We have to get it out of there no matter what.
Got it.
Yeah. Alright guys, so I have a few customers coming in and I wasn't able to record all of it, but let's see. I haven't gone too far ahead. Okay, so bear with me. The condenser. It has a clip right there. And the one that locks it is this one. You got to push this guy in and then lift it up and it will release. And on this side, it has the same thing. Right here, you got to push that guy in and then you lift up the condenser. Okay? So that's out of the way. We got here the fan connectors right here. We got this hose for this cooler. We are gonna have to release it. We have the pipe here. Hey! Alright guys, so here we are. What I want to do right now is, that's an 8mm for this oil cooler. I think it's an oil cooler, it's a water cooler. I think it's oil for the transmission, something like that. But water goes through it. We're gonna disconnect it from the radiator. That way we can slide this whole thing as a one piece and then take the fan off. But again, we're gonna be replacing the fan. Fan is broken on this side. We tested it, and the way you do that is obviously with a computer. But here's your plug for that fan on that side, and here's the plug for this fan. If you put power to it, obviously the black is ground, the red is power. You put power to it and it doesn't turn, that's it. Typically, when you turn the AC on with the car running, both fans should kick on and they should work. No issues. If they don't, then we have a problem. So, again, we are going to be doing a few things here on this car. Just got approved to do the water pump, thermostat, belts and whatnot. That way we don't have to rip this thing apart later on. So yeah, let's get this guy out. Let's loosen this. Possibly the bottom hose, because it looks like it has more connections over there. So we're gonna take this guy off of here. This is the thermostat, and we're gonna disconnect this hose, and everything should be able to slide right out. So let's see. Yeah, that's an 8. Should be able to slide it off the guide. It has a little guide on the bottom. Okay. And what I'm going to do is we're going to tie it up. And that way it's out of our way. I'm not going to give an issue when we are taking it off. Okay, here we go. Gonna push that out of the way. Now we got that hose on the bottom there. You want to be careful with this AC line. Again, we got our pan on the bottom to catch anything. Alrighty. Got everything covered. I'm gonna take a clamp on that hose on this side. It was good in there. And that hose, the customer just replaced it because it's the one that gave out on him. Alrighty. So everything should be off. And here we got our radiator completely off. Good deal. Good thing we do have tensioners. Okay, so here we go. Radiator's off, fan is off. We will not be needing any off of here other than the bottom bushings. Again, we're gonna need this. We're gonna put that there, and we're gonna need this guy here for the new radiator because they usually don't come with any other stuff. But other than that, guys, if you are just doing the radiator, you know, this is as far as you go, and then you kind of reverse the process and you get it all back together. Me, I'm gonna be changing the thermostat, the water pump, the belts and whatnot, just to cover everything. So I'm gonna go a little bit deeper, but yeah, keep along, and we're gonna go slightly deeper into this thing. All right, guys. So we are now gonna be doing the belts, the water pump, thermostat. So let me go ahead and get started on the thermostat real quick. Again, it only has 2 bolts, one there, one there. There should be 8mm bolts. All right, guys. So the thermostat, it is damaged. The original one, so you can see that rubber section there. It's all swollen. Back half, it's just fluffy. So we got that. Also, we got the water pump, watercraft. That's the part number. Okay. And underneath inside comes with a gasket and a hose. All right, guys. Again, sorry, the phone is just ringing up nonstop, which is a good thing. But you know, it delays me a little bit. So the water pump is already removed. It has a bunch of bolts, one there, and all the way around it. Okay. This is just a sealed. We're gonna put some silicone on it. By the time we come back, this seal is still good. But just out of precaution, we're gonna put a little bit in there just to kind of make sure that it seals okay. Again, this is the water pump that we just removed. As you can see, it has 130,000 miles on it. Just didn't see it crazy bad, but it's starting to show some sign there. That's a little hole where it's supposed to be when it goes bad, leaks the water out of. I see some sign there, maybe the bearing or something, but it was still working. But we are going to be replacing it. So this kit, it comes, I'm assuming, for 2 different type of models, because it has 2 set of gaskets on it, or maybe it's just the same gasket, but it came with 2 gaskets on it. So this is the same water pump. It has seal in here. We're going to put some grease on it so it will slide smooth and it doesn't create any issues on the seal. Okay, this is supposed to just guide, but this is a Motorcraft brand, and we are having an issue right now that I just noticed. This is not going to work for us because that's a different pulley. As you can see, that's a different pulley than this one. So we got to make a correction. So the part number for this one is not the correct one. So we're going to make a phone call and make something happen. All right, be right back, guys. All right, guys, so we waited yesterday for the water pump. We got a new water pump in there. We got to put the pulley. We already put the belt over here. So all I got to do is just put the pulley, put the drive belt, and then slide my radiator and everything back on again. And again, the process, it's everything backwards. And then you got to bleed the system. So let's do it. Let me go ahead and put everything back together, and I'll get back to you guys. I'm bleeding the system. It's like any other car. Turn on the heater, so that way the heater circulates through the evaporator. Not evaporator, but the heater core, and make sure you get all the air bubbles out of the system. Make sure that you put everything back together where it's supposed to be, and that's it. So I'm gonna do that. Let me finish this over here so we can slide the new radiator on with a fan, plug everything in before putting the cross member on top. And yes, I gotta install the new carburetor on this little baby. make sure, don't forget the bushings. Don't forget the bushings that go right there and there for the radiator, and the ones on top for the cross member. Okay, so let me put this back together and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so she's up and running. Everything is back together. Again, we replaced the radiator, water pump, serpentine belts, thermostat, no leaks. Everything is back the same way that it was taken out. Remember the clips here to replace them, they do go bad. Other than that, get her started, turn on the heater, turn off the AC, let it run, make sure that you have water in the reservoir. Let it run for a minute or two, keep on adding water to it, and once you got heat on the inside of the car, that means that the water circulated enough. And then after that, the thermostat has to open in order to kick in and circulate all the way through in the engine. So at that point, turn on the AC so the fans will kick in, and then the van will start going out to regular temperature. But yeah, up and running, no issues, everything's smooth. Like always guys, it helps me a lot. You guys share, like, and subscribe. And like I said, I do appreciate a lot of you guys subscribing and sharing the videos. And if I can help you, hey, that's what I'm here for. But yeah, alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.